They told me that for months, you know, weeks, that we're fighting that day. From one day to another, it completely changed. And you can't find somebody in this company that's more about it than me, especially when they're gonna pay my handsome fees. You can't find a bigger dog. I jumped on the opportunity to break this guy's face, and I was thinking in my head, I was like, man, with 6-day notice and 20 pounds of cut, I did some damage to him, and he literally couldn't do anything to me because I'm so much more man than him.
I am the best on the planet for a reason. Now everybody else, y'all need to put some respect on my name. I am the welterweight champ for a reason. I'm here to stay. Only reason this man took the fight is because it was on 6 days notice and he had a built-in excuse. And he's still running his mouth, talking about, oh, he broke my nose and stepping in on 6 days. Give you 3 weeks, he's gonna do something. Guess what? It's not done.
Hey Five fans, welcome back to The Casuals. I'm Alec, alongside me is co-host Carlos. In this video, we'll be previewing UFC 261 main event, Usman vs Masvidal. Let's get right into it. Okay, big title fight on our hands here. Carlos, how excited are you for this main event?
I'm ecstatic for this fight. Usman vs Masvidal II. The first fight went the way it did. It was a last-minute fight. Masvidal was called on 6 days notice.
Crazy.
And, pretty much to save the card. I believe now with Masvidal being given a full training camp, we might see a little bit of a different fight. Obviously, Kamaru Usman is a dominant fighter. He's far and away the best welterweight on the planet right now, in my opinion.
Pretty much.
Same time, Masvidal is crafty. His stand-up is great. He has absolute knockout power. He can make this interesting. The fact that, he has a puncher's chance. Yeah, absolutely excited for this fight.
Same here. Let's take a look at Masvidal's last 5 fights. So back in November 2017, he had that Stephen Thompson fight. It was very technical, to say the least. Stand up, back and forth. Thompson obviously outstruck him. He had the L, the decision. Took a year off in 2018, and then March of 2019 was the Darren Till fight. And he got that great knockout. And keep in mind, in that fight, he got knocked down. And of course, crazy as Masvidal is, he gets back up, grins his face like, come on, let's go again. And he knocked out Darren Till. And who could forget in July when he fought Ben Askren, probably the craziest knockout we've seen in a long time. The flying knee took out Funky Ben in emphatic fashion, even gave him 2 super necessary hammer fists. It was amazing. So later that year in November, he had a busy 2019, 3 fights. November 2019, he fights Nate Diaz. Something the fights want to see. Had his own belt for it, the BMF belt. Got the TKO by doctor stoppage. We wanted to see more, but still, a win is a win. And in July 2020, let's not forget, he saved that whole card on 6 days' notice. Fought Kamaru Usman, obviously, and he was supposedly fight ready on 6 days' notice, if you ask his coaches. Saved the card, cut, I believe, 22, maybe 25 pounds of weight. Something insane in a short amount of time. He showed some decent stand-up, and we kind of knew what was coming along with Usman. I honestly expect Usman to knock him out, actually, or get a TKO, given the longer training camp. But still, nonetheless, a very great effort from Masvidal. A great fight. So now, full training camp, no excuses. I Can't tell you how excited I am for this fight. And real quick, let's take a look at Kamaru Usman's last 5 fights. So back in November 2018, he fought Rafael dos Anjos, got the decision win. March 2019, title fight with Tyron Woodley. He surprised a lot of people, won the belt, got the decision. He shut up Colby Covington late December 2019, got the TKO in the 5th round, an amazing back and forth fight. July 2020, he fights Masvidal. Good fight. We all knew what he was going to do, aka foot stomp master. I don't know what that was about, but hey, it worked with the judges. It scored points, and that's what matters in this fight game. And February 2021 this year, he fights Gilbert Burns, gets the TKO in round 3. He's been busy. He's very consistent. I honestly don't see Usman losing this rematch. You know, it's just insane, his work ethic, how dangerous he is. Full camp or not for Masvidal, I'm sorry. I have to give this to Usman. Just given the little more tool set he has, that wrestling is just, it's killer. Maybe Masvidal can surprise us all, show us a couple of reversals. He did get taken down quite a bit. Now we know Masvidal has great stand-up, decent wrestling, but is it enough? I don't know. I'm not counting Masvidal out completely. It's a fighter's game. He has a great chance, but Usman is a problem. That's my take on it. I'm going Usman decision. Carlos, how do you think this is going to play out?
Well, if I was a betting man, I'd probably take your decision there. As far as Usman winning with 5 rounds, unanimous decision. But with Masvidal, man, he just has that it factor, and he has that power to knock anybody out. And as we saw from the last fight Usman had against Gilbert Burns, can be hurt, can be sort of dropped. He was dropped in the 1st round. He was hurt. Now, respect to Usman, he came back. He showed everybody who the real champ was. Came back and he took out Gilbert Burns. But Jorge, now he has his full camp. He's been training, preparing for Usman's wrestling clinch game, but stomping game. But aside from that, mostly I was thinking Usman can probably take this easily. The last one wasn't really much of a competition on paper. He won 50-45 with 2 judges. He won, 1 judge scored it 49-46. Not really a competitive fight officially. But something we saw in that fight was whenever they broke, whenever they were standing up, when Jorge had a chance, he absolutely went for it. He was able to tag Usman whenever he had the opportunity. Did he drop him? No. Did he hurt him to the point where maybe we thought he could win this fight? Fortunately not. How much that has to do with preparation, his health at the time, as like you said, he had to do a extensive weight cut with such a short amount of time, which, like you said, up from the 20 to 30 pound range within 3 days. He had 6 days notice, a few days of travel, and just 3 days to cut all that weight, make weight on Friday night or Friday morning.
Mad respect
For that, taking that fight. So how much a bigger camp makes a difference here is, honestly, your ability to take damage too. When you're in shape, you get hit. Depending on how do you react to that, is how much in shape you are plays a huge factor. Now, as far as how he's able to defend against Usman's wrestling, his clinch game, yet to be seen, right? We haven't really seen Masvidal. Is he able to stuff enough takedowns, get enough opportunities to knock Usman out? Or is this Usman's fight to lose, where if he feels like he needs to do something flashy, that he would in turn get caught because of that? It just, there's so many factors that play here. As far as the skill level between these two fighters, yeah, you could argue that Usman is far and above the best welterweight on the planet. Jorge, man, you can't discount on this guy's ethic, his work ethic, his fight skill, his stand-up toughness, his heart. So at the end of the day, he has a puncher's chance. So yeah, if I was a betting man, I'd probably bet on Usman, take it to the distance, win dominantly again. But there's just something funny that I feel with this fight, with the interviews I've seen, the workout videos that I've seen with Masvidal. He has this newfound confidence. The long 45-minute interview he had with Ariel Helwani, he kind of gave a lot of insight into his preparation, what was different with this camp, this situation compared to the first fight. Those are all big factors, but man, I have a feeling something might happen. I have a feeling Jorge's going to shock the world He's going to go out to, make these high flashy fights, with Nate Diaz in the future or whoever else, Colby, whoever. So it's tough to call for me. Even though Kamaru's, a deep favorite in the odds, the betting odds, even though Usman is a minus 400 favorite right now.
Jeez.
I just don't see that much of a disparity in this fight, though. It's almost like Vegas is trying to coax you into betting on Usman. They know something that we don't, and that Jorge is going to take this fight. And that's who I'm rooting for. I'm rooting for the underdog here. I'm thinking Jorge knocks him out in the second round.
Second round knockout. That's a hell of a bold choice right there. Listen, he was an underdog in the Till fight. He was an underdog in the Askren fight. Maybe you're right. Maybe he's an underdog in this fight, as you said. Maybe just going to do something crazy we haven't seen before. Maybe it's a flying knee. Maybe it's a crazy uppercut. I don't know. Definitely a puncher's chance, like you said. I can't wait for this fight. All right, guys. So that's our takes on the UFC 261 main event. Let us know in the comments who y'all have winning. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Follow our social media accounts. See you guys in the next video.